saw a video from a Build-A-Bear, and the Build-A-Bear was going on to explain to women why is it that he asked a woman out on a date, took her on the date, and wanted and expected her to pay for half of the date. And then he was mansplaining to women how different it is. So he was mansplaining about why everything is equal, why women should be okay with paying for the date. Now, I have a question here. Who in here, what would you do if you went on a date with a man and then he wanted you to pay 50-50? You know, those of you who are hell-bent on doing dinner dates on the first date, tell me, the check comes, he's like, okay, I'm paying for my half. He tells the waiter, hey, you can put half on my card. What would you do? This guy invites you out for dinner. And, you know, for those of you who are hell-bent on doing dinner the first date because you don't want to listen, all right? You do dinner on the first date, and then he's like, he's the 50-50 guy. He's the guy that wants you to pay for half. He asks you, he tells the waiter, hey, you could do half on my card. What are you going to do? Now, you guys, do you want to know the real answer of what it is that you should do? Who here wants to know what it is that you should do? Y'all, listen, I really need you guys to take this seriously, because city girls are down 5,000 points because we have no idea what we're doing in dating. All right? This is not the same dating game of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, of your mama and your daddy and your grandma and your grandpappy. It is not the same. I need you guys to put it down in the chat. We're not dealing with the same type of men. All right? Dating literally is interview process. But attraction and love and doing this thing in a way that benefits you so that you can attract the highest quality for you is a science. If you don't know the formula, if you don't know the science, you're going to bomb every single time. The correct answer, you should have never been in that situation to begin with. Okay? If you went out with a guy and then he expected you to pay 50-50, then that means that you didn't follow the formula to begin with, first of all. For all of you guys who said that you would pay for it, ma'am, that means you're paying twice. That means that you're allowing him to disrespect you twice, okay? Because you are paying with your time and your consideration. He asked you out on the date. And the point of him dating is so that you can collect enough data to give him an opportunity to show you why you should consider him. That's the reason why he's asking you. Men have forgot even the reason why they're dating to begin with. And the reason why they're dating in that manner, okay? Because it's never 50-50. For him to say it's going to be 50 since you're not going to stay home, take care of the kids, that's a completely different situation. Because statistically it shows that even when you have a 2-income household, ladies, you can pop out the babies all day long, but you're still going to be doing more work, okay? To have a full-time housekeeper, a chef, somebody who's managing the calendars, a babysitter, you have about 4 or 5 jobs, and your 4 or 5 jobs exceeds whatever paycheck he's bringing into the house. That's the first thing. The second thing is that any man who understands the value that you add to him, the intangible value, for any man who understands that you are the woman that is worth him to pursue and earn, because he is getting infinitely more benefit in you choosing him. Statistically, it shows that men live longer, that they're healthier, that they're more successful when they are married to a good woman who loves them. So the reason why he's dating is the same reason why he invests in the stock market, ma'am. He doesn't put his money in the stock market and then expect a return on every single one of his investments. He doesn't expect it to start paying him immediately. So for those of you who are willing to turn around and pay, then basically what you're saying is that I'm not respecting my own time and value. For those of you who are saying that you would get up and leave, what you're saying is that you don't respect your safety, because these men aren't the same. These men will get up and follow you and chase you on the highway, like what happened to one of my clients before she came to me. She went on a date like that. She got up and left the date. This man stalked her. She had to call the police as she was in a high-speed chase down the highway, running from this Looney Tune. So then that means that you put yourself in a dangerous situation. You put yourself in a dating situation. So then now what? Then what's the right answer, Shay? Okay? Which one is it? First of all, ma'am, I don't understand why is it so hard for y'all to get this, but I'm going to stand on this because I have 20 years of documented success. For those of you who don't understand who I am and where I come from, I'm literally the only love expert in the world who did my own dating experiment where I went on 100 dates in a little over 3 months, and I interviewed over 4,000 men, women, and couples. I read hundreds of love, dating, and relationship books, periodical journal studies. Like, it might not look like it, but I'm a scientist. I'm a science girl. I graduated pre-med biology. I was in pharmaceutical sales for quite some time, and I love studies. So I've studied the science of attraction, and I studied and did the experiment because I kept failing too. I kept bombing too when it came to love, dating, relationships, because I grew up in the most toxic household where I watched my mother be abused on a regular basis. So then I started to attract abusers. I started attracting liars. I started to attract cheaters. I started to attract Build-A-Bears. I started to attract broke-ass men who didn't know how to treat me. And then when I did the dating experiment, I started to notice certain patterns. I started to notice that there's certain things that I could do to get a man to fall for me like this, literally. And there's certain things that I can do or say that can turn a man off. There was certain evidence, right? There was certain clues to if a man was a feminized man. And when I say feminized, I mean a man who's in his unbalanced feminine energy. What does that mean? Feminine energy receives. If you're confused about that, look at your vajayjay, ma'am. Okay? Your vajayjay was made like that for a reason. Everything has a frequency. The frequency of feminine energy is receptive, is to receive. It is nurturing. It is transmutive. We take energy and we transmute it. You give birth to life. Not only children, but you give birth to the life of your dreams, of his dreams. You give birth to whatever it is that you put your hands on. And you can't take that lightly. And for somebody to think that they can just take without giving to you drains your feminine energy. So he's not in his healthy masculine energy, because the frequency and the vibration of masculine energy is to give. If you are confused about that, then think of a penile, ma'am. The penile gives. Everything has a frequency and vibration. And so when you understand that natural balance, then it's not confusing anymore. You understand that if you get out of balance, then you put yourself at a disadvantage. So when you're dating with intention. You're dating with a goal. You're dating with a formula, with a technique in order for you to achieve that goal. What's the goal, ladies? The goal is to attract the highest tier, highest value man possible. Why should that be your goal? Tell me, why should it be your goal for you to attract the highest tier man who's going to love your soul possible? When you understand the natural tendency and the nature of things, then you move differently. You move so that you can get the highest tier man. Why do you want the highest tier man? And what is the highest tier man? The highest tier quality man is a man who's in his masculine energy, who's a provider man. This has been proven by science. Their brain operates a certain way. They are hunters for a reason, and their hormone balance, their biochemistry drives them to provide and protect. It's in their nature. A man that's in his masculine energy, testosterone, the frequency of testosterone is what we call masculine energy. So he's going to want to provide. He's going to want to protect. If he is not providing and protecting, then he's not a man that's in his healthy masculine energy. And there's so many disadvantages to being with that kind of man. So many. Ladies, if you're with a man who's highly in his feminine energy, then he's going to have his cortisol high. Men who have low testosterone, their cortisol is higher. They're more stressed. Men who are highly stressed can't think right. They can't love you right, which is why you can't date broke men. If a man is talking about he wants to go 50-50, then I can guarantee you that he is a broke man. And he's broke in more ways than one. He's definitely broke financially, because people with money don't act like that. He's broke mentally. He's broke emotionally. He's definitely broke spiritually. He's just broke. Why are we dating broke men? We're dating broke men because we first don't understand our value. We really don't understand our value, for one. For two, we're dating with love blocks. Any thought, behavior, belief that blocks us from the love that we want, and we're dating in the dark. You're dating in the dark. You have no idea what you're doing, okay? Because you're going on a dinner date, first date, with a complete stranger that you don't know. Doing FaceTime does not mean he's no longer a stranger, ma'am. Doing a FaceTime is not enough. You can't tell what your gut instinct is telling you to do. What you want to do, instead of you going on a dinner date where you're crunching and munching and chewing and slurping and eating, what you want to do is you want to treat dating for what it is. It's an interview process. And you want to value your time and make this man earn your time. Why would he value you if you're just easily giving your time out? That means you didn't properly vet him to determine if he even deserved the FaceTime with you. Because before you ever give him a dinner date, you should know what kind of man you're going on a date with and if he's that kind of 50-50 mindset man. This is why I created this for y'all. Okay? This is the feminine dating cheat sheet. In this feminine dating cheat sheet, I walk through what date one should be, like the conversations you should have when you're online dating, when you're on the phone, what the conversation should be, when you do FaceTime, what the first date, the second date, and the third date should be, ma'am. I even have laid on the back, I have what the red flags are and what the green flags are. I have what you do and what you don't do. This is what I created for you, so that you won't be out here fumbling with some broke-ass Build-A-Bears who are going to talk about you need to pay 50-50 for a daggone date, who are completely clueless about being a man. This is what I give you when you come to the Love in 30 Days Challenge. Because when you come to the Love in 30 Days Challenge, then I can teach you how to use it. Because a lot of you don't know how to use it. You don't have the right foundational information. So when you come to the Love in 30 Days, then this is the gift. This is a bonus that I give you so that you're not out here in the dark doing dating completely wrong. Attracting a whole bunch of Build-A-Bears. Missing all the red flags. Wasting your time. Wasting your money. If you knew what you were doing, I promise you would get to the high quality men faster. When I did my dating experiment of going on over 100 dates in 3 months and interviewing over 4,000 men, women, and couples, I became so powerful that I was attracting all kinds of men. And the more I learned, the better quality men that I was attracting. So I was attracting very, very wealthy men. Well, the wealthy men are like the easiest men to date. First of all, you're not paying for anything. They love doing for you. The men that's in their masculine energy, they have this provider type energy about them. They love giving to you. They love doing for you. I had a man, I was dating him. I probably went on like maybe 5 or 6 dates with him. He was a nice guy. And we started talking about how I wanted to start doing real estate investing. And I wanted to get started. And he was like very, very wealthy. And he was like, real estate investment is good. Like, I want you to be able to invest. And these are the things that I want you to learn. So he started teaching me. Y'all know this man bought me a house and put the house in my name. He gave me the deed. So he bought me my first investment property and deeded the property in my name. One of the guys I was dating, he bought me a car. Ma'am, this is from me using my formula. I had guys that literally on the first date would be like, you want to go shopping? We can go up to Lenox and you can go and buy whatever you want. Like, I don't know what it was. I would tell my friends about this all the time. And I'm like, girl, he wanted to take me on a shopping spree. Again, like, here's another one. And my friend would be like, another one? Like, over and over again, these men wanted to take me on shopping sprees. Once I learned what it is that I'm going to teach you, it happened over and over and over again. I was getting shopping sprees. I got trips. Like, I had one guy sent me and my friends on a trip. I was getting tickets. I got tickets to the Masters, the Opens, the Super Bowl. I was getting jewelry. Whatever it is that I wanted, I didn't even have to ask. They wanted to. And then here's another kicker. So I've been married for 9 years to my romantic best friend. Like, Lovebug is my bestest friend in the whole world. I wouldn't want to do life without him. Now, even though I run a multi-million-dollar business, my husband pays 100% of the bills. I don't even know how much the mortgage is. I don't pay it, okay? I don't know what the electric bill is. I don't know what the water bill, I don't know what any of that is. My husband pays 100% of the bills. Not 90, not 70, not 50. He pays 100%. He's always been like that. Because to him, he's like, being a man means that you're taking care of the bills. Like, I wouldn't even feel like a man if I wasn't paying the bills.